Welcome to this YouTube channel. In this video we are going to talk about 10 best places to visit in Europe. Before starting this video, please like this video, and subscribe to this channel for our future updates. Number 10. Namur, Belgium. Namur is a must-see destination for foodies Instagrammers, those who enjoy shopping, good restaurants, cocooning, music, nature walks, evenings with friends, or romantic city breaks. Namur is a delightful, endearing city that combines the Belgian surrealism of Brussels with the romanticism of Budapest or Bruges. Namur is so accommodating and friendly that you'll feel like you're living with family. It has outstanding restaurants and special cultural activities. Namur is also one of Europe's most vibrant cities, with a plethora of tourism and hotel projects in the works, as well as new trendy bars, stores and restaurants opening every day. Namur is potentially Belgium's most interesting destination. Namur, by the way, isn't all about relaxation and pampering. It also provides outdoor sports, such as paddling and hiking, as well as a variety of other activities for both young and old. Don't forget to climb to the top of the citadel and take a romantic cruise on the Meuse, or spend an evening at the casino with the most popular players during your stay. Number 9. Skane, Sweden. Since so much attention is drawn across the recent bridge from Malmö to Copenhagen, Sweden's southernmost county seldom gets the attention it deserves. Skane, however, is well worth visiting, from the city's patchwork charm to the fertile countryside, which is sometimes referred to as Sweden's larder, with its lakes, wineries and Nantucket-esque clapboard coastal towns. Malmö has many of the qualities that have propelled Copenhagen and Amsterdam to the top of every most livable list. It's young, bikeable, and dotted with canals and concrete coffee shops, but it also has a beautifully preserved Dutch Renaissance old town. Nonetheless, it is more diverse than the defiantly tasteful Danish city across the sea, especially in areas like Mollevingen, a cool, multicultural neighborhood known to locals as Falafel City. And thanks to Sweden's relatively loose COVID-19 legislation, trendy locavore hangouts like Bastard, Volmers, and the Höganäs Salu Hall food hall, as well as zero-waste lunch favorite restaurant Spill, have been able to keep their mojo well into 2021. A taste of Skane produce is a great way to start a trip to the countryside, whether it's south to the beach huts and marram grass dunes of the Skane or Falsterbo Peninsula, or north to the clapboard seaside town of Molly, where the Grand Hotel Mole looks out over the Pebble Beach, and the wild Kulleberg Nature Reserve with its porpoises and lighthouse hikes. Beyond Molly, Bistad is a traditional seaside town with a traditional Kalbardoos, cold bathing house, spa at the end of a wooden pier, which is part of the heritage-rich Hotel Skansen. There's a low-key sense of provenance all over the county, which is usually quieter than the Stockholm archipelago, at places like the zero-waste Hort Brygga in the southwest with its lovely waterside garden in the summer. This is the most genteel of escapes, like a European response to New England. Number 8. The Azores. The Azores, the Hawaii of the mid-Atlantic, with heavily forested islands fringed by craggy cliffs that seem to rise out of nothingness, like giant green knees from a primordial bath, are the geological drama capital of Europe, with the possible exception of Iceland. The archipelago, which is situated 950 miles off the coast of parent country, Portugal, is home to volcanic craters, sulfuric hot springs, breaching whales and surf breaks with epic stacks. The Biospheres and Marine Reserves archipelago has also served as a quiet model of sustainable tourism, a European version of Costa Rica. There are ferries and small planes to islands like File, Pico and São Jorge, but the bulk of the action takes place on São Miguel, which has plenty of decent hotels. Spend a few nights at each of two sister hotels: the Azor, which has crisp mod boutique geometry, and a rooftop pool overlooking the harbor in Ponta Delgado's main town, and the Furnas Boutique Hotel, which is located in the mud-bubbling volcanic center of the island, and boasts a black stone Japanese-style thermal pool. Convento de S. Francisco is a 10-room boutique in an elegantly austere 17th-century convent in Vila Franca de Campo, a famous whale-watching and diving spot half an hour down the south coast from Ponta Delgada. The Set Cidades Lake Lodge, a series of timber lodges on a canoe-ready lake in the wild northwest, and the Santa Barbara Eco Beach Resort, a low-slung, concrete modernism overlooking a long surf beach on the north coast, are two other highlights. The food from the island's popular cheeses to rare but delicious fish, like wreckfish and bluemouth rockfish and cozido das Furnas A, 7-meat stew slow-baked in Furnas volcanic earth, is uniformly locavore. This is the kind of place that feels right in 2021, a deep nature escape. Number 7. Timisoara, Romania. With its grand Habsburg secessionist buildings and circular city center, this western Romanian city is often referred to as Little Vienna. It's true that it's not as polished as the Austrian capital, but that's the point. Timisoara does not feel like a tourist trap even in its grand middle, which was the first in Europe to have electric street lights. And like other Romanian cities such as Cluj-Napoca and Sibiu, this student town exudes a tangible sense of youthful optimism. Many of the city's establishments have the atmosphere of a living space, such as Skate Loc Lia, a bric-a-brac bar run by an artists collective with an overgrown garden, an adjoining theatre and a communist consumerism museum in the basement. There are also hopping club nights at the underground database, and jam sessions at the graffiti-covered Ethernative Cafe, all of which have echoes of early 2000s Berlin. In Timisoara there are festivals for everything from world music to film, Romani art, and jazz, which has always been popular here even when Ceausescu forced it underground. The National Opera House has classic opera and ballet shows for the price of an IPA in London, and the art ranges from a street art gallery in a road tunnel, to Corneliu Barber's Rai portraits at the Museu d'Arte. As a result of this, it was designated European Capital of Culture for 2021, a title that could be moved back a few years due to COVID-19. Regardless of mark, this is a true cultural capital that is well worth a visit. Number 6. Iceland. Iceland is a beautiful country with some of the most breathtaking scenery on the planet. This beautiful island, which is sparsely inhabited, has become one of the most sought-after bucket list holiday destinations. Adventurers flock to the area because of its unusual topography. Anything from glaciers to fjords to volcanoes to ice caves to waterfalls to mountain ranges can be traversed over, across or around. During the day, visitors can shop, dine, or meet the country's welcoming locals in Reykjavik, the country's largest city. Take a whale watching trip, a swim in the Blue Lagoon, or a walk through the Hekla volcano's lava fields. Vatnajökull, Europe's biggest and most beautiful glacier, is a must-see. Tourists are rewarded with an unbeatable view of the northern lights at night, particularly between September and April. Number 5. Dubrovnik and its surrounds, Croatia. Dubrovnik may be flooded with Game of Thrones fans, but the limestone citadel on the Adriatic has always held a certain allure. What's more, it's sometimes overlooked is a fantastic starting point for a true adventure. To the south, Montenegro is a short drive past the sleepy harbour towns of the Dubrovnik Riviera, a country that is slowly rediscovering its post-war mojo, especially with the upcoming arrival of a biophilic modernist hotel from Janu, Aman's younger sister brand. Mostar, an elegant Bosnian town of fairy-lit millhouse restaurants and Ottoman stone bridges, is less than 3 hours to the north, not far from the Kravis waterfalls, which have a turquoise swimmable lagoon surrounded by Niagara-like falls. The other choice is to travel out to sea to the car-free run-down, Elefiti islands of Kalope, Sapan and Lopud, which are easily accessible by local ferries. Lopud, an island with Renaissance-era stone buildings, exotic gardens and abandoned fortresses, is the one to see in 2021. After a 20-year restoration by Swiss art patron and philanthropist Francesca Thyssen-Bornemisza, the Franciscan monastery is now open as the five-suite Lopud 1483. She and her family have filled the 5,000-square-meter monastery with Renaissance and modern art, a Franciscan pharmacy and an Arctic shaman-designed meditation garden, all while retaining the ancient monastery's rugged plasterwork and patina. Number 4. Greece. Greece, probably the most comfortable of all the countries on this list, is the ideal place to unwind. On the country's smaller isles, azure domes atop whitewashed towers, their doors and gates painted with vibrant colors that beg to be photographed. Santorini is especially beautiful, particularly at sunset. Another famous island is Crete, which has charming coastal towns and mountain villages. Greece's sky is a luscious blue, and the sapphire Mediterranean caresses beaches with sand and pebbles in various colors ranging from tan to pink to red. Athens is home to world-class museums, stores and restaurants, as well as impressive ancient ruins such as the famed Acropolis. When it comes to restaurants, Greece's cuisine is hard to beat. Healthy and delicious delicacies brimming with vibrant flavors are crafted with the freshest local ingredients. Number 3. Portugal. Oh my, there are castles, beaches and mountains. Beautiful scenery abounds in Portugal. This is the place to be for those who enjoy water views, with more than 800 kilometers of Atlantic coast to explore. Your concerns will disappear as soon as you visit the stunning Azores Islands. There are 9 island archipelagos suitable for diving, surfing, sailing and whale watching. Tourists from Europe flock to the nearby island of Madeira. Lisbon is the capital of Portugal and is located at the mouth of the Tagus River. It is jam-packed with exciting attractions including a medieval castle, a cutting-edge aquarium, charming town squares and a hilltop park with a breathtaking view. Tomar is a water-based character as well along the banks of the Nabo River. Its charming cobblestone streets wind through medieval churches, a magnificent castle and other historic buildings. Number 2. England. It doesn't take England long to enchant its tourists. This sometimes rainy isle is one of the best places to visit in Europe, and is best visited with an umbrella in hand. Do you want to wander through idyllic countryside, frolicking with sheep as you pass through hills and dales? Head to the Lake District's green valleys, a lush and fertile wonderland, where you'll want to pitch a tent and sit for days. Are you more of a shopper? The most modern and understated styles of each season can be found in London, the iconic capital. You'll also be spoiled for choice when it comes to top restaurants and cuisines. If you're hunting for a storied castle, you've come to the right place. They can be found in a variety of cities, from the huge walled city of York to the smaller village of Leeds to the tiny town of Warwick, which sits on the picturesque River Avon. When it comes to small towns in England, that's just where you'll want to go if you're looking for charming fairy tale villages. To believe the perfect Cotswolds, you must see them for yourself. This rich land is brimming with culture and an amazing charm you won't find anywhere else. Named after the honey-colored stone used to build their enchanting homes, this rich land is brimming with culture and an impressive charm you won't find anywhere else. Number 1. Germany. Though Germany may not be the most romantic European vacation destination, its stunning scenery, think sand dune-lined beaches, dense forests, and rugged mountains, makes it a must-see for all types of travelers. In the form of ancient buildings, monuments and museums, cosmopolitan destinations, like Munich, Hamburg and Frankfurt, provide travelers with the historic culture they seek. They were also bursting at the seams with shops and restaurants selling traditional sauerkraut and schnitzels alongside more modern fare. Small towns offer a welcome respite from the hustle and bustle of daily life. These charming villages are peppered with exquisite historical artifacts. Despite the fact that many ancient walls, churches and houses have been destroyed by war, they continue to add to the charm and allure of these rural delights. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go.